Hey guys, I'm a fish guy here doing a viewer request video on the Bala Shark. Now this fish gets real big, so do keep that in mind. They do have a nice silver with a black trim on the fins, so they're really pretty to look at even when they get big. The size these guys get is about 11 to 13 inches. Usually you're not going to see that in a home aquarium because a lot of people keep these in a home aquarium that's a little bit too small, because when you do see them in a pet store they're about this big. And they're about $3.99, so looks can be really deceiving with these guys. But with the name Bala Shark, they aren't aggressive. They're actually quite peaceful for the shark name. They could pretty much go with anything. They can go with some of your more semi-aggressive cichlids because they do get a large size. They can put up with any kind of bullying or anything like that. And you can also put them with some of your smaller tetras, catfish, anything like that. And they are suitable for planted tanks, which is nice as well. They're really not going to chew on anything. They're not going to create a problem, shred any of your plants. pH for these guys is 7.2 to 8.0 or even 7.0 to 8.0. You can go lower than that. They're really hardy when it comes down to it. Water temperature is about the same, 72 to 80 degrees. That's usually what's the best suited for them. These guys really eat anything. Flake foods, pellets, frozen, freeze-dried. They're going to eat it no matter what. Now, the key thing to remember with these guys is they are kind of shy during the first few days that you introduce them to a tank. So make sure that you keep that in mind because they may not eat right away. But you want to keep that in mind as well because you don't want to keep feeding them large amounts of food because that can cause a disturbance in your tank. It could shoot your ammonia up, create a whole bunch of bad things for the fish, and you're going to end up stressing him out more than what he was just being introduced into a new tank. So if they aren't eating, only feed small amounts multiple times a day to look for them eating the food, and that way you can kind of keep that in mind as well so you're not overdoing the feeding on the tank. So again, these guys, keep that tank covered as well. That's a key thing with these guys. If you have any openings or any gaps where your hang on the back filter is for your pre-cut aquarium hood, then get a all-glass aquarium canopy. These are fully enclosed. They have a nice little plastic bar that goes right along the back side that you can cut to exact fit of the hang on the back filter or the canister. So basically, to sum these guys up, Bala Sharks, anywhere from 10 to 11 to 13 inches. pH 7.0 to 8.0 is best, or 7.2 to 8.0. Water temperature 72 to 80 degrees. They are peaceful, suitable for a planted tank. You want a big tank. I forgot to mention that as well. Tank size on these guys, I wouldn't go anything smaller than a 55 gallon, and even at a 55 gallon, because of their size, you're going to eventually have to upgrade to a 75, 90, or 125, or anything above. And these guys, I tend to see them do a little bit better when they're in groups, like 2 to 3, but with groups like that, you're going to want a huge aquarium for these guys, so do keep that in mind. They are kind of peaceful, like I said, contrary to the shark name, so keep that in mind as well. So, and they're also from Southeast Asia, so that's just a small tip in there for anyone that was wondering that. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything that you would like me to do a video on, please post it down below in the comments, and I will try my hardest to get to it. Check out my other channel videos, subscribe to them, like them, share them, do whatever you do, please. It definitely helps out and helps me do this channel a little bit nicer every time. So stay tuned for more videos.